Or get back in the same, like, cracking the same, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe for more good content we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Good news you can use. Good knowledge, you ain't finna get nobody's college, big dog. Tap in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, get into everything you gotta get in. I might just have to download Zelle. Fuck it. I'm gonna probably just have to download Zelle. Notification bell hit. All stay tapped in for the latest and the greatest. What we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that news you can use. That knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college. Big dog, tap in with that. Tap in to make sure you are, in fact, tapped in with that good. Tap in. You feel me? Notification bell hit. All stay tapped in for the latest and the greatest. Make sure you jump in the Man at the Garden freestyle. Please don't touch my I got a body on it. Fairy tales. Won't forget. Boogeyman. All that's out now. Get into that. You ain't got into that. And I need y'all to also make sure y'all get into richtraphouse.com. Get into richtraphouse.com. Shop all this good merch we got going on here at richtraphouse.com, man. Make sure y'all tap into that if you ain't tapped in to all of that. You feel me? richtraphouse.com. We finna slide over to Street TV. Make sure y'all show some love to Street TV. Big love to Alex Alonzo, Richard Hart Podcast. That's Munchie B. So make sure y'all tap in with that if you ain't tapped in with all of that. You feel me? Yeah, tap in with that if you ain't tapped in with that. We finna jump into this content, man. But before we do again, make sure you hit that like, hit that comment, hit that subscribe button. We finna slide over here to Richard Hart TV. Let's see what they talking about. Let's get into it. Let's go. Shout out to Munchie B. Shout out to Alex Alonzo.
And write this, right? And like also too is like, I'm not afraid to hold the street niggas accountable, right? Because what I see, like, when it comes to, like, the quote-unquote, like, streets, right, is a bunch of hypocrisy, meaning, right, this, right? Like, niggas have different rules for different people, right? Especially when it comes to telling, right? Yo, like, QCP ain't no rat.
Gucci's up a ton of money. QCP's up a ton of money. Who gives a f***?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, anything could come out. Something could come out on Gucci. That's not going to affect him. So it's like...
I wonder if behind the scenes, when they're having conversations about P getting exposed or whatever, I wonder if they're just laughing at that.
Oh, the whole Atlanta knew about that shit for years. The guy that died, I talked to one of his family members. He was like, everyone knows about this shit. Everyone's just scared to talk about it. Because we don't have the money. That's all it comes down to.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, you got the bag, you control the situation.
Who even exposed it before you? Or were you the first one to bring it to
No, I didn't do it first.
Who talked about it first?
Properly, I don't know. I think I just seen it online.
Yeah.
Maybe academics.
Did he talk about it? I feel like he talked about it first.
I think he went over it, whatever, because it was a piece of paper that was shown.
Right.
And then I went and found it. Because it exists. It's in the Fulton County. Anybody can look it up.
Yeah. It just feels like if P's not going to get rejected socially for it, then it makes no sense that Gunna's going to get rejected. Although Gunna told on a famous rapper, which is different than P telling on somebody.
People are going to be biased on the situation because of who's involved. Yeah. Nobody gives a fuck about who P told on, and the guy's dead.
But he gave a sworn statement, and like he said, yo, that nigga shot me right there, right? But yo, 6ix9ine's a rat though, right? So like when it comes to like the quote unquote street shit, I feel like there needs to be like a voice, especially.
Goodness gracious, get it together, sir.
Like in like outside voice, right? For like me, who, bro, like I have no stake in this. I'm just calling it a 50-50, right? Like, bro, like y'all niggas are super hypocritical. Like, how can QCP not be a snitch but 6ix9ine a snitch? You feel me?
Hey, okay. I'm gonna give you a credit on that, right? Because I ran across that clip, and Brick Baby kind of got upset with you because you was like, "Nah, that's telling." You feel me? And
when the
thing with Gunna. You was like that's telling. And you said about Big U, and how Big U said it wasn't telling. You was like, it is. You know what I'm saying? Even though, like you said before you started rolling, you're pro snitch. Like you about to point every finger on.
I love snitching.
Yeah, see, that's crazy,
right?
Hey, but
how's that crazy though?
Okay, look.
Hold on, before you guys go, so they're saying QC isn't a snitch? I thought they were considering him a snitch because of.
Nah, listen, like the paperwork came out, and based on the definitions that street niggas gave me, right? Because again, I'm a civilian. I can't define like what snitching is, right?
Right.
And I rely on street niggas to tell me what snitching is. So based on their definition, and he's a snitch. But guess what? Like 5 months later, there's been excuses like, oh, he ain't no street nigga. Oh, that ain't telling who he tell on, and all type of shit, right? So it's kind of like, you feel me, right? Like, Lil Baby still fuck with him. Meek still fuck with him, right? But those are the same niggas who say, yo, we anti 6ix9ine, right?
Hey, I heard
what is your take on QC then, Munchie?
I was just about to say, I ran across that too long ago, and I can't remember the specifics on how P shit went. It was something at the mall, chasing them or something. But if you told the police what happened, you told, period.
Yeah.
That's what I would have assumed.
That's telling.
Right.
But it's favoritism. But all that, the streets is a myth. All that, that's just an excuse for somebody that wanted to be street. It didn't quite work out for him, and now they want to
still be badass.
Condemn people that street, and you was just one last week, but you fucked up.
No, listen. I feel like the street is a myth when it comes to hip hop, right? Because, bro, let's be real, bro. And all these rappers is hoes, right?
A lot of them is, yep.
Again, like, they all hoes, they all pussy, right? Again, like, 95% of rappers are hoes. The other 4% who are real are...
It's crazy how many dudes stand next to Flacco and be like, oh, he not talking about us. He not talking about us. A lot, man, bro. It's cool. It's going to be a long summer. Don't worry about it. I'm going to make sure it get even longer for a lot of you niggas. Standing next to Flacco might get you in some trouble. So we're going to go ahead and throw that out there from now on. Standing next to Flacco, you might go ahead and just... Niggas might start sizing you up for back fades. Straight up. I don't care who see this. I don't care who offended. Who you talking about? You? If you got to wonder who I'm talking about you. Straight like that. A lot of niggas going to have to start getting lined up for back fades for hanging around with this nigga.
Currently in jail. And then the last 1% are like going to go to jail soon, right? So it's kind of like, how do we say that, for example, right? Like...
Hey, yo, no, yo.
Go. Go with the kids. Go.
Your percentile is off.
How?
Nah, because you got those that's real ninjas, and then they into music now. They transition. They don't do the things.
A tough rapper.
They don't do the things they used to do.
From Long Beach.
Trade E is far from a hoe. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't into. He ain't hopping out of cars, pow and shit. But he could still talk it because he walked it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't. So look, I don't know who he is, right? But
on Baby Boy, he was in the car with Snoop Dogg.
Nah, right. But though, in terms of like the mainstream rappers, and who's a tough mainstream rapper?
Man, he was a mainstream rapper. He's on East Siders.
He doesn't know.
He was a huge mainstream rapper. Flacco's just ignorant.
Someone I know. A tough mainstream rapper that I know.
There's a few. Let me think.
All right, look. YG could dress goofy as he want to dress. He's not no hoe nigga, bro.
Yeah, that's a perfect example. YG.
You could blog on him from a distance.
Sure.
But like the shit say, I highly doubt they'll push up on him and say it. He not no hoe.
Can we do any like not?
And that's what Flacco thinks.
They can figure out, how come our views?
That's what you guys are thought about. That's how you guys are thought about. You guys are hoes. That's what Flacco says. We about to the next one. Free Avenue Angel Tweets free.